Welcome to Nature with Aristotle, where we explore the wonders of the natural world. Today, we're going on an adventure to the Arctic to learn about one of the most fascinating creatures in the animal kingdom, the polar bear. To start, let's define what a polar bear is in everyday language. A polar bear is a large carnivorous mammal that lives in the Arctic region, characterized by its white fur and distinctive black skin. But why are polar bears significant in the natural world? Well, they play a crucial role as apex predators, regulating the populations of seals and other marine mammals, which in turn affects the entire ecosystem. The evolutionary history of polar bears dates back to around 200,000 years ago, when they diverged from their closest relatives, the brown bears. The first scientific documentation of polar bears was made by the Norwegian explorer Fridtjof Nansen in the late 19th century. Since then, scientists have been studying these magnificent creatures to learn more about their behavior, physiology, and ecological importance. From a biological perspective, polar bears belong to the family Ursidae and are classified as Ursus maritimus. They inhabit the Arctic sea ice and surrounding land masses, where they hunt for seals, fish, and other prey. One of the most interesting adaptations of polar bears is their unique fur coat, which consists of two layers, a thick undercoat and a longer, guard hair layer that reflects light and helps to camouflage them in their snowy environment. Research has shown that polar bears are highly specialized predators, with several adaptations that enable them to thrive in their Arctic habitat. For example, their large paws act as snowshoes, allowing them to move efficiently on the ice, while their keen sense of smell helps them detect seals' breathing holes in the ice. In fact, studies have found that polar bears can detect seal breathing holes from over a mile away. But what's even more fascinating is how polar bears interact with other species and their environment. As apex predators, they regulate the populations of seals and other marine mammals, which in turn affects the populations of other predators, such as orcas and Arctic foxes. For instance, a study published in the journal Science found that the decline of polar bear populations in the western Arctic has led to an increase in seal numbers, which has subsequently affected the populations of other predators. Unfortunately, polar bears are facing numerous environmental challenges, including climate change, habitat loss, and pollution. As the Arctic sea ice melts at an alarming rate, polar bears are being forced to spend more time on land, where they have limited access to food and are more likely to encounter humans. This has led to increased human-bear conflicts, as well as a decline in their overall health and well-being. Conservation efforts are underway to protect polar bears and their habitats. The International Union for Conservation of Nature has listed polar bears as vulnerable, and several organizations are working to reduce human polar bear conflicts, promote sustainable hunting practices, and support research into the impacts of climate change on polar bear populations. As we conclude our journey into the world of polar bears, it's essential to remember the importance of conservation efforts to protect these incredible creatures and their habitats. By reducing our carbon footprint, supporting sustainable hunting practices, and promoting coexistence with wildlife, we can help ensure the long-term survival of polar bears and the ecosystems they inhabit. As I reflect on my encounters with polar bears in the field, I'm reminded of the awe-inspiring power and beauty of nature. These animals are a testament to the incredible adaptability and resilience of life on Earth, and it's our responsibility to protect and preserve them for future generations. That's all for today's Nature with Aristotle. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, may your curiosity about the natural world continue to flourish.